Okay, boys, with Season 7 right around the corner, you're going to want to know the best layers for Endgame. We obviously know that there's three layers, and if you don't, the three layers are low ground, mid ground, and high ground. They all have different characteristics, different benefits, and different negative attributes. So you can do a lot of good things in these positions, but there can also be a lot of bad things if you're not prepared. So in this video, what I'm going to do is put out all the pros and cons of each layer. So it would go something like this. The pros of low ground, and the cons of low ground, and then etc. for mid ground and high ground. And then at the end, I'm going to have a conclusion, and I'm going to slap you with some end game gameplay where we popped off in arena. So let's get straight into the video right now after the intro. Okay, boys, we're going to start off talking about low ground and work our way up from mid ground to high ground. There's actually something that not a lot of people notice about low ground, and it's actually one of the best layers for refreshes. Now, hear me out. On high ground, you get very easy picks and very easy kills, but you don't actually get the refresh. You don't get the materials because it falls down from high ground to low ground. So, low ground is actually the best layer for refreshes because loot is going to fall from people who die up on high ground, but also it's easy to get kills on low ground in a certain way because they're scuffed. Everybody down there is scuffed. They've no mats. Not saying it's a good refresh, but it's great for getting a kill. You're getting those kills on the board, and overall, it's free, man. There's loads of people that are shit down there. The worst players you're gonna find on the bottom layers. Now, it's actually kind of bad because it's the most contested layer. Okay, you're most likely to die on low ground because there's so many people. Everybody's scuffed. Everybody's just a Div 7 player going around with a shotgun and SMG spraying, trying to kill someone because they're desperate to survive. So the players on low ground tend to be the most hungriest players because if they're out, if they die down there, you get me? And like, it's a shit show, basically. I'm not saying it's the best layer to be on, but I'm saying if you need kills, low ground is the best place to go. If you need points, low ground. Getting kills and stuff like that on low ground is the best. You can get the most amount of kills on low ground. I'm not saying overall it's a good decision because there's a shit ton of people down there, and if you can't handle 6 people on your box, you could die. Put it like that. That's why high ground tends to be the safer play because you can get kills while not being down there. Now, the potential for better loot when you're scuffed is through the roof because people down there are down there because they've got no mats. But let's say you're down there because you've got a grey AR and you've got a grey SMG. You've got a shit loadout, basically, is what I'm trying to say. But you've got a lot of mats, so you can outplay people. So you're you're doing a bit of reverse psychology because people on low ground tend to have no materials. But if you go down there with a lot of materials and very bad weapons, and you come across somebody with a tack, a purple tack, a scar that has no materials, it's an easy kill for you. Then you can get the loot. You already have good mats, and then you can start cranking up, get up onto one of the mid ground layers, and you're chilling. So that's what I'm saying, man. It's just players tend to be bad or scuffed on low ground. So if you can handle and kind of multi-process thinking of like, okay, I can get this kill, rotate up, because there's a lot of times when you're on low ground, you can get stuck and get very, very scuffed. So I think that about covers low ground. I am going to be doing like a conclusion at the end. So let's go into the mid ground layers right now. Okay, boys, I don't need to spend a lot of time talking about mid ground layers. I'm going to say one statement that sums it up and then I'll explain it a little bit. But basically, mid ground layers is not the best at anything, but not the worst either. It's a jack of all trades. Okay, it's not the lowest, it's not the most contested, it's not the highest. It's just a 50-50. And if you can learn how to weave through mid ground layers and side jumps into another tarp and just honestly understand how to adjust your layers depending on how contested it is, in my opinion, mid-ground layers are all around the most consistent. And over here, we play for consistency. We don't play for the best. We play for consistency, things that happen over time. So consistency is what we want to go with because consistency is predictable. And I don't like relying on luck-based systems. So like some games, you'll know yourself, like height can be so free. You can be playing an FNCS game and it's not free. Then the next FNCS game out of nowhere, nobody wants high ground and you can just take it and have it the whole game. It's just kind of random depending on, I guess, the situation of every player, how many players are left, and how many materials every team has. And if it looks right for you, take high ground. But what I'm saying is, mid-ground layers are always going to be consistent. They're always going to be the same. They're always going to have some people on it, but they're never going to be completely scuffed. So I'm saying going with reliability is a great option. But let's go straight into high ground, man. There's not much I need to say about mid ground layers. Okay, boys, let's start talking about high ground. But before we do, please, man, give this video a like. Hit that sub button if you're new, because we're trying to get as much information to as many Fortnite players as possible. Now, look. High ground is the least contested layer, but it's the most wanted layer. Meaning players tend not to be up there, but everybody keeps checking it. Okay, so you're going to have a free layer, but everybody's going to be shooting up. Everybody's going to be checking to see if you're tarping out of wood. Because if you're tarping out of wood, you're free to beam down. So everybody's looking for that. And the main reason why everyone wants high ground is for 2 points. It's the easiest way to get kills. Because when you're looking down at somebody, the first thing you're seeing is their head. And it's very hard to shoot up at people. And it's very easy to shoot down at people. So you've got an advantage for clean headshots. You can have a bird's eye view on the whole game, literally. And it costs less materials to tarp on there. If you're doing a full box tunnel, it can cost from like 40 to 60 materials. If you're doing one of those, ramp tarps, it costs 30 materials. And if you're on height, it literally costs a floor and a cone. And sometimes you can get away with just doing a floor. So when you do floor cone, it's only costing you 20 materials per tile. And that's why everybody wants high ground, because you can stay up there longer without needing a refresh. And that is only in theory, because if you get beamed a lot when you're on high ground, or griefed a lot, just a lot of teams spraying you, it can actually work out that it costs a lot more materials. So it's debatable. That's why I'm saying you should only go for high ground based off the lobby you're in. If it's super stacked, I would chill in a low-key spot, because let's face it, if you're in a mid-ground layer, nobody is going to be like, oh shit, let's take that layer. You get me? Nobody's like that about mid-ground. People do be like that on low ground sometimes. Are like, oh man, this guy looks so free. He's on low ground. He's, and you'll drop down and get the kill. But nobody's like that with mid ground layers. That's why they're most consistent. But everybody is like, oh shit, height is free. Let's take it. You get me? But nobody's like that with mid ground. So that's just a little thing about why I like mid ground. But man, if you get contested on high ground and you don't know how to handle that situation, it could be the end of your game. And the big con about high ground, it's actually hard to get refreshes on high ground. I'm not saying it's hard to get picks. You can get a pick and get that extra, point in your tournament or in arena for getting the kill. But it's hard to get that refresh, hard to get those materials, unless you have a guy on your team carrying a harpoon. A harpoon? Yeah, it's called a harpoon, bro. My brain. But that's basically it, man. So I want to just motor over to the conclusion and give you all the basic and good information that you need. I was just highlighting the pros and cons of everything right there. So let me go straight into the conclusion right now. Okay, boys, real quickly before the conclusion, I just want to let you know that if you're interested in joining our Discord, that I have the link at the top of the description down below. And man, it's a savage Discord. I want to get scrims and customs going in there as often as possible. We've got looking for group chats. We've got everything, man. And overall, it's just a great community. It's where all the messages and stuff from me go up early. And it's where all the plans and the video ideas come from. So let's get straight into the conclusion though, okay? Let's just put it like this. Low ground is the worst. That's out of the bucket, okay? It's the worst because it's so contested and scuffed. Mid ground is the most consistent and reliable if understood. Then high ground, hear me out, okay? High ground has the most benefits, and it's hard to take, but it's even harder to hold. Pretty simple, right? Because actually taking high ground is hard enough, but then when you take it, and what are you meant to do? You're meant to hold it. But sometimes it's very hard to hold it when teams keep contesting it. That's why I'm always saying keep an eye on how many players are left before you decide to take high ground, because it could actually scuff your game. And then, in my opinion, mid-ground layers are the best unless you have elite level communication with your team. Because that's actually how you hold high ground, is by having great communication. Mechanics don't even come into holding high ground. If you have communication and someone's trying to crank up and your whole team knows where they're cranking up from, when there's 3 people beaming 1 guy cranking up or beaming 2 guys cranking up, there's no chance of them taking high ground, because there's 3 people beaming 1 guy. You know how fast it is and how easy it is to tear down builds? Like, it's pretty simple. That's what I'm saying. Only take high ground if you have the communication skills, and focus on improving your communication skills. And I will link a video at the end that will somewhat help you with communication skills. So make sure you do stay tuned till that. And then the last one is, like, you might be able to take and hold high ground in cash cups and in arena, but man, wait when it comes to FNCS. When you're playing with those top tier players in FNCS, try and take and hold high ground and see how hard it is. And that way your whole game plan could be based on taking high ground in cash cups. And you could be so used to doing it a certain way, but when you get in that big league with the FNCS players, man, and you try and take and hold high ground, and you've got 6, 7 teams trying to do the same thing, and literally high ground just keeps going. Like, you're on high ground here, another team takes it and makes high ground here, and you're, before you know it, 20, 30 tiles in the air. And I've seen it, bro. I've seen it happen. Not a lot, but I've seen that go up that high. So think about that. But then again, I'm talking about, you plan to take high ground in cash cups, but then when FNCS comes around, it's hard. And what about FNCS finals? Imagine how contested high ground is when you go from planning for a cash cup, okay, or even like this. This is the process: planning to take high ground in arena, then planning to take it in some scrims, then you're prepared to take it in a cash cup. But then you've got FNCS on the other hand, and then let's say it does work. When you go to FNCS finals, bro, the amount of people contesting high ground isn't even funny, and the skill level of the players are insane. So that's my conclusion. I'm gonna let you make your own decision. Personally, I recommend mid ground layers. High ground is the best if you have a long team, like a team that you've been with, for a long time. I'm gonna throw up some gameplay, bro, and you can watch how we do in a bit of an end game. I think it was a 20 kill game. I'm not sure, but hopefully you enjoy it. And like I said, make sure you watch all the way till the end if you want, because I will link other videos that will help you out. If you're dipping right now, make sure you do it, that sub button, and I will see you in the next one. I need to heal. I need to heal.
I only have bows, man. What is this?
Bro, Apollo, you're so low on health, man.
I know.
If this floor goes on...
In the brick. I'm sorry, I'm staying in the brick. I'm not getting hit by that. Here,
oh my god, I'm a machine!
Dude. Oh, what was it?
Bro.
I took this medkit.
Here, medkit. Oh, you got one. Bro, how am I alive? 10,000 IQ just happened.
Same, bro.
Come on, 2 seconds. Come on, let me get it off.
Sorry, I'm distracting. You need to your ammo up.
Yeah, I'm coming with juice.
40.
Yeah, I'm knocking him out. I don't care. This kid's just...
I'll detach.
Wait.
Yeah.
Oh my god, just him! He's one shot!
He's 1 HP.
Wait, bro. The guy 40.
74 dink crack. This guy's low. 35 white. 37 white. Focus.
Bro.
Keep spraying. I'll get a shot on him. I'll get a shot timed. Oh, bro. He's gone. Back left.
Okay. There's another trio. On him. It's a bow. He has a bow. Watch out.
Yeah, he's not gonna do that.
The group.
74, 37 crack down there low.
Nice. I saw it.
Bro, and I mean, I would go down there in a box fight. Not gonna lie, they're all so low.
I'm just spamming.
37 crack on the back guy. Bro, spray in there. They're all in there.
Another team.
He's a flame bow, I think. Bro.
You guys have any AR ammo?
268, I'll split here. Watch, there's a guy aiming at me with a bow, by the way. I'm just trying to bait him. There's a few mags. There's a guy here.
God, look at the map.
Oh my god, bro. I'm going up one more just to make sure no one gets intimidated or like wants to take us. Bro.
20? He's white.
We have to rotate. Gonna rotate now?
Yeah.
Rotate now.
We got so many drop like things.
Yeah, we can get them if you want. If you need the ammo and heals, like I kind of need a big pot or something.
Carrying into 110 bandages, so.
Bro, like what I mean, I'm gonna eliminate this whole lobby, bro.
There's a car. Big pot.
You throw the big pot to me by any chance?
Yeah.
I'll open up the back here.
Wait.
Rotating, rotating. Get ready for the
Did I
hold.
get it? Oh no.
It's good, it's good. I'll find it later. It's all chill.
Take
Hold
this,
these rotating.
What am I doing?
Boys, spray these, quick.
Yeah.
They're rotating up to our all tight. 37 crack.
Go down.
There's like 4 of them, man. There's 2 teams here. Do you know what I mean? Hold that height, hold that height.
I'm stuck here.
They're ramping up to you. I can't hit a shot.
30.
Get rid of this tree, get rid of this tree. They're right down at your base.
30. You guys are cranking, bro.
Bro, I can't find a spot. Right below us, right below us. Go for this guy, go for this guy. Drop on him, drop on him.
Let her crop. Watch out.
Dropping low, drop. He went ultimate. I'm following. My wall. Dead.
Oh wait.
Getting loot.
Zone on me.
What fish is that, bro?
Zone on me. It's hiding.
I'm gonna keep high ground.
Yeah. Healing. Oh my god.
I'm on you.
Watch out.
He's ultimate down here.
He dropped
Ultimate.
it. Okay. Someone has a good tech. Yeah, this guy. See? Just spend it.
Keep up. I'm going for tags. Tags, big tags, crack on one. Follow my tarp.
Okay. He's not wasting any mats.
I'm going up a few layers.
Right, come up here.
One knock. She's one. GG's. 11 limbs. It was actually clean.